What secrets lie within your blood? Have you ever paused to consider that those two simple letters on your medical ID, your blood type, might carry deeper meaning? Beyond just a health classification, your blood type could reveal subtle traits about who you are. Carl Jung, the founder of analytical psychology, taught that the most meaningful symbols often hide in plain sight. What if your blood type isn't just a biological detail, but a key to understanding your deeper self? Could it reflect your natural instincts, behavioral patterns, even hint at your life's direction? Get ready to explore a unique path where science meets introspection, and where the blood running through your veins might unlock secrets about your identity. Your blood has a voice. Are you ready to hear it? The blood code. How Jung linked biology and the psyche. Have you ever felt an instant bond with someone or sensed a fundamental difference between you and others? What if your blood has carried a hidden message all along? Welcome to a realm where blood tells a story beyond health. It may offer insights into your personality and inner workings. Though Carl Jung never directly linked blood types to behavior, he excelled at connecting the body with the unconscious mind. He proposed that we all tap into a collective unconscious, a shared mental space filled with universal images and ideas he called archetypes. These inner figures, like the hero, the sage, or the rebel, reside in each of us. Blood, too, has long symbolized power and identity across cultures. Phrases like blood of my blood, blue blood, and hot-blooded reflect how deeply we associate blood with emotion and character. Jung was fascinated by symbols like these, believing they offered a glimpse into the soul. Interestingly, in Japan, another idea was gaining ground. People began to believe that your blood type, AB, or O, could indicate personality traits. Known as Ketsuekigata, this theory became so popular that even today, Japanese dating shows often ask contestants about their blood type. This is where things become intriguing. By combining Jung's deep theories of archetypes with the concept of blood type personalities, we may uncover a new way to understand ourselves. It's like finding a secret guide to your inner world, mapped in the very blood that flows through you. The life flowing through your veins doesn't just sustain your body. It may also hold subtle patterns that influence your personality, strengths, and even the challenges you face. Jung believed that unlocking these deeper patterns was essential for becoming who we truly are, a process he referred to as individuation. Looking at your blood type through Jung's perspective isn't just a fun fact. It's a meaningful step toward deeper self-understanding. What makes this truly fascinating is how it ties into relationships. Have you ever felt an instant connection with some people while others seem to drain your energy? Blood type compatibility might offer insights into these puzzling dynamics. Ancient wisdom often hides profound truths in simple ideas. Viewing blood types through Jung's lens blends timeless symbolism, psychological insight, and biological fact into a compelling framework for personal growth. Your blood type is more than a guide for medical compatibility. It might also reveal the unique pattern of your inner world. It doesn't restrict your potential. It highlights the path that may feel most authentic to you. So the next time someone asks about your blood type, you might smile with deeper awareness. Those letters, AB, or O, could carry centuries of insight into what makes you distinctly you. In the upcoming sections, we'll take a closer look at each blood type and explore what Jung's archetypes reveal about personality, relationships, challenges, and gifts. Prepare to see yourself and those around you with fresh perspective. Type A, the meticulous architects of society. What does it mean to be Type A in the world of blood archetypes? According to Jung's framework, if you have Type A blood, you may embody what he referred to as the sage or perfectionist archetype, Often seen as the most organized and structured of the types, Type A individuals naturally gravitate toward order and planning, something Jung would find deeply intriguing. Your mindset is almost architectural in nature. You tend to build systems, create structure, and chart detailed paths forward. While others may feel overwhelmed by disorder, you instinctively seek clarity and precision patterns, waiting to be organized. Jung believed that we all carry ancient behavioral patterns within our collective unconscious. For Type A individuals, these patterns often reveal themselves through a strong desire for harmony and structured environments. Think about it. Do you find yourself straightening items that seem out of place? Do you experience genuine satisfaction when everything is in perfect order? This isn't merely a personal habit, it's a deeper archetypal tendency. In Japanese culture, the concept of ketsuekigata describes Type A individuals as responsible, diligent, and detail-oriented. These qualities align closely with Jung's notion of the perfectionist archetype. This parallel isn't accidental. It's a sign that diverse cultures are recognizing the same universal behavioral patterns. If you identify as Type A, you likely possess a vivid inner world. Jung would see this as a natural expression of introversion. You probably prefer to think things through before speaking and value meaningful conversations over small talk. This reflective mindset enhances your listening skills and gives you a strong capacity to grasp complex systems and ideas. Your attention to detail is likely what Jung would describe as your dominant function, the innate strength that allows you to spot discrepancies and improve systems. While others may rush through tasks, your approach is measured and meticulous, ensuring high standards and reliable outcomes. The sage archetype, often connected with Type A individuals, is rooted in wisdom, developed through observation and introspection. Rather than collecting disconnected facts, you tend to build deep, coherent knowledge. This makes you not just informed, but insightful, able to perceive patterns and relationships others might overlook. Jung would also find your approach to emotions worth noting. As a Type A, you might prefer to process your feelings internally before expressing them. This doesn't indicate emotional detachment. It reflects a thoughtful approach, a desire to understand your emotions fully before sharing them. Loyalty and commitment are hallmark traits of the Type A pattern. Once you trust someone, you're likely to invest deeply in that relationship. Your thorough nature isn't limited to work. It also shapes how you build and maintain personal connections. Still, Jung would caution that every archetype has its shadow. For Type A personalities, this often shows up as perfectionism that can become overwhelming, or anxiety born from the need to control what can't always be predicted. Jung emphasized the importance of recognizing these darker tendencies as a vital part of achieving psychological balance. The Type A inclination towards self-criticism might be what Jung identified as an inward-turned judging function. This trait can push you towards excellence, but when unchecked, may turn into an inner voice that's overly harsh and difficult to silence. In professional settings, Type A individuals often shine in roles that require accuracy and structure. Careful, planning and attention to detail come naturally to you. Jung would likely describe this as the outward expression of your dominant psychological traits. Whether you're a researcher, editor, accountant, or surgeon, your natural precision is one of your greatest strengths. Others count on you to get things exactly right, and you take that trust seriously. Your thoughtful decision-making process is a reflection of what Jung might call your thinking function. You assess options logically and methodically before making a choice. While more impulsive people might mistake this for hesitation, it's actually a sign of thoroughness, something that often leads to better results. Type A individuals tend to have an interesting relationship with rules and traditions. You value structure and clear expectations, but you're also quick to question rules that seem illogical. Jung would see this as a healthy balance between your main and secondary functions, a need for order paired with a strong analytical mindset. The idea that less is more often speaks to you. You prefer quality over quantity in your belongings, your relationships, and your experiences. Jung might say this stems from your introverted nature with a focus on depth rather than breadth. When stress hits, it's often because things feel out of control or perfection feels out of reach. Jung would describe this as your inferior function coming to the surface, the least developed and most reactive part of your personality. Learning to accept that things don't have to be perfect could be one of your biggest opportunities for growth. According to Jung, the path to becoming whole, what he called individuation, involves embracing all parts of yourself, even the ones that feel unfamiliar or uncomfortable. For Type A personalities, that often means loosening the grip on control, becoming more spontaneous, and learning to be okay with imperfections. Interestingly, many Type A individuals report feeling more relaxed and balanced as they get older. Jung would attribute this to the gradual development of your less dominant functions, signs of your evolving personality over time. Your drive to do meaningful work isn't just a preference. It reflects a deeper need to bring order to chaos. A core theme in your individuation journey, Jung would see this as your effort to use your unique abilities in service of something greater than yourself. One of the most admirable traits of the Type A pattern is your talent for creating systems that benefit others. Whether you're organizing a family event, improving workflows at your job, or managing a realistic budget, your skills often help not just you, but those around you. Jung would remind us that your blood type doesn't define your fate. It might hint at certain natural patterns, but it doesn't set them in stone. The real goal of individuation is to honor those instincts while also growing beyond them, to find a balance between structure and spontaneity that lets you live more fully. From a Jungian view, the aim isn't to fit neatly into a personality type. It's to become your whole, authentic self. Your Type A blood might suggest some tendencies, but it's your conscious choices that truly shape who you become. Type B. The intuitive explorers of the unknown. What secrets might live in the blood of those with Type B, according to Jungian thought? If you're among the relatively rare people with this blood type, you may reflect what Jung called the explorer or rebel archetype. Type B individuals are often the most independent and flexible of the blood groups. Unlike the more structured nature of Type A, people with Type B blood often navigate life with ease and adaptability, qualities that would have intrigued Jung. There's something fluid and ever-changing about your personality, as if you're able to respond to life's shifts without missing a beat. Where others see limits, you see opportunities, uncharted spaces waiting to be explored. Carl Jung believed that archetypes reflect shared patterns of behavior that cross cultural lines. In the case of Type B personalities, these patterns often reveal themselves through a deep curiosity and eagerness to explore new experiences. Are you energized by fresh ideas, unfamiliar places, or novel encounters? If so, it's not simply restlessness, it's a core, archetypal urge for discovery. In Japan, the concept of ketui gata describes Type B individuals as imaginative, passionate, and independent. These traits mirror Jung's notion of the explorer archetype, suggesting a fundamental agreement across cultures about the essence of Type B energy. If you're Type B, you likely have a built-in adaptability, what Jung might describe as a strong, extroverted sensing function. You adjust easily to new circumstances and environments. This isn't about being inconsistent. It's a strength that equips you to flourish in a rapidly changing world. Your creative problem-solving often stems from an ability to think beyond traditional limits, something Jung greatly appreciated. While others may follow the beaten path, you're more inclined to trust your inner direction, aiming for genuine experience over social convention. This creative instinct connects with Jung's concept of the transcendent function, the mind's capacity to merge opposing ideas into new insights. Your brain naturally finds links between unrelated concepts, giving you a unique edge in innovation. Jung would also be intrigued by your flexible relationship with rules. Type B personalities tend to treat guidelines as suggestions, adapting them based on context rather than following rigidly. While this may seem like defiance to more rule-bound types, it's actually a more nuanced, situational approach to decision-making. In relationships, your honest and direct communication can be both grounding and refreshing. Jung would see this as a mature expression of your feeling function, an ability to express your values clearly and with authenticity. The explorer archetype at the heart of the Type B personality thrives on freedom and exploration. You're drawn to the margins, both literal and figurative, driven to see what exists beyond the known. Yet Jung also cautioned that every strength carries a shadow. For Type B individuals, that shadow might show up as persistent restlessness or an aversion to long-term commitments. Acknowledging these tendencies, Jung believed, is essential for personal growth and balance. Your independence could also be understood as the outward expression of the intuitive function, an external search for meaning. When in balance, this drive fuels creativity and innovation. When unchecked, it can lead to a cycle of seeking novelty without ever going deep. In your career, you're likely to shine in roles that require originality, adaptability, and working with a range of people and perspectives. Jung would view this as a natural result of your dominant psychological traits. Whether you're a creator, entrepreneur, journalist, or counselor, your flexibility and interpersonal strengths are powerful assets. Your decision-making style tends to reflect Jung's intuitive function, a broad, big-picture evaluation that explores various options before settling on a path. While others might perceive this as hesitation, it's really a sign of thoroughness, allowing you to see what others might overlook. Type B. Individuals often share a unique relationship with time. You may be fully present in the moment, deeply immersed in the now. This capacity aligns with a well-developed sensing function, enabling you to fully experience your environment without being preoccupied by the past or future. The idea of going with the flow often rings true for Type B personalities. Rather than trying to control every detail, you tend to trust in how things unfold. Jung might connect this to your strong intuition and ease with uncertainty. Stress tends to arise when you're confined by rigid rules or repetitive routines. Jung would interpret this as the emergence of your least developed psychological function, the one most likely to trigger discomfort. Cultivating a balance between freedom and structure is key to maintaining your emotional well-being. Committing to growth may be one of your most significant areas for development. Carl Jung believed that achieving psychological wholeness involves embracing all parts of the self, including those that may feel unfamiliar or uncomfortable. For individuals with Type B personalities, this often means learning to incorporate more structure and routine into their lives, while still preserving their core traits of spontaneity and flexibility. Many Type B personalities find that, over time, they develop a deeper respect for planning and routine. Jung would interpret this as a natural evolution, where less dominant traits slowly become more present and integrated. Your need for meaningful freedom isn't just a personal preference. It reflects a deeper archetypal urge to fully explore the human experience. Jung would view this as part of the individuation process, the inner drive to express your unique strengths without unnecessary limitations. A key strength of the type B personality is your ability to connect diverse people and ideas. Whether you're bringing together different communities, combining distinct concepts, or translating traditional knowledge into modern insights, your flexibility helps create connections that enrich those around you. Jung would point out that your blood type doesn't define your future. Instead, it reflects natural tendencies that may resonate with you. The individuation journey involves both embracing these innate inclinations and cultivating complementary traits. The true goal is to find a balance between structure and freedom, one that supports your full human potential. From a Jungian point of view, the aim isn't to perfectly fit a type, but to become your most authentic self. Your type B blood might suggest certain inclinations, but it's your conscious decisions that shape who you truly become. Now, let's look at type AB, the mysterious holders of duality. What lies beneath the surface of those with type AB blood? In Jungian terms, if you're among the rare 4% of the world's population with this blood type, you might embody what Jung would call the diplomat or mediator archetype, arguably the most naturally layered and versatile of all personality types. Type AB is intriguing on both biological and symbolic levels. It's the only blood type that features both A and B antigens, literally representing a union of opposites. Jung would likely be fascinated by this biological synthesis, as it reflects his idea of the conjunctio oppositorum, the merging of opposites he believed was crucial to achieving psychological wholeness. Jung believed that each of us carries many inner aspects. For individuals with type AB blood, this inner diversity seems to be part of their very nature. Do you ever feel like different sides of your personality come forward depending on the situation? Do you find it unusually easy to see things from multiple viewpoints? This isn't inconsistency, it's actually a deep, archetypal example of integration. In Japanese culture, the Ketsueki-gata theory describes type AB individuals as thoughtful, mysterious, and multifaceted, traits that align closely with Jung's idea of the mediator archetype. The fact that different cultural systems point to similar qualities suggests that the energy of type AB goes beyond any one belief or tradition. If you're type AB, you're probably skilled at understanding several sides of an issue at once. Jung would call this a strong perceiving function. You can hold two seemingly opposing ideas in your mind without feeling the need to immediately choose one. This mental flexibility isn't about being indecisive. It's a refined way of thinking that respects the truth in multiple perspectives. Your ability to adjust to different social situations would have fascinated Jung, who was deeply interested in how humans adapt psychologically. While some people maintain a consistent identity in all situations, you might shift slightly depending on your environment. Not out of insincerity, but as a natural way of responding to what's around you. Creative problem-solving tends to come easily to type AB individuals and connects with Jung's idea of active imagination, the mind's ability to explore possibilities and come up with original ideas. Your thinking often moves in a more flexible, associative way, making connections others might overlook. Jung would likely be especially curious about how type AB individuals experience identity. You may have felt throughout your life that you're hard to label or define. You don't fit neatly into categories that seem to work for others. While this in-between state can be difficult at times, it's also a strength, allowing you to connect with different kinds of people and ideas. Type AB individuals often show a deep sense of empathy and understanding. Jung might see this as a balanced use of your feeling function, being able to sense and respond to others' emotions with care. This makes you a loyal friend and partner, though it may also mean you take on others' emotions more easily than most. The mediator archetype that fits type AB is all about bridging divides and creating unity where others see conflict. You're often the person who helps others understand each other, translating different points of view into shared understanding. While others may overlook differing viewpoints, Jung would remind us that every archetypal strength carries a shadow. For type AB individuals, this shadow often appears as internal conflict, leading to difficulty in making decisions or a chameleon-like ability to adapt, which can sometimes mask your true identity. Jung emphasized the importance of acknowledging these shadow traits in order to achieve psychological wholeness. The AB personality's natural complexity could be seen in Jungian terms as an inward focus of intuitive energy, an exploration of ideas turned inward. This quality is both a remarkable asset and a potential hurdle. When balanced, it leads to deep insight and creative thinking. When unchecked, it may turn into over-analysis without resolution. Professionally, type AB individuals tend to thrive in roles that require diplomacy, cross-cultural communication, and the ability to merge diverse viewpoints. Jung might interpret this as the outward expression of your primary psychological traits. Whether in conflict resolution, creative industries, counseling, or intercultural work, your unique blend of adaptability and complexity works to your advantage. Your decision-making style aligns with what Jung referred to as the intuitive feeling axis, a method that weighs both possibilities and values before choosing a direction. To more direct personality types, this can seem unnecessarily complex, but in truth, it reflects a thoughtful approach that often results in more balanced, long-term solutions. Type AB individuals also tend to have a distinctive relationship with boundaries. You may find it easier than most to navigate between various social spheres, professional settings, or cultural environments. Jung would see this as a sign of flexible ego boundaries, an openness that allows your identity to expand through varied experiences. The idea of both and thinking, rather than either or, often resonates strongly with AB personalities. You instinctively reject false binaries, understanding that truth frequently lies in the union of opposing ideas. Jung would view this as a natural alignment with his principle of transcending opposites. However, stress can emerge for type AB individuals when they're forced to simplify complex issues or conform to rigid frameworks. Jung identified this as the triggering of your least developed psychological function, the inferior function, which tends to be reactive. Learning how to honor your multifaceted nature while still making firm decisions is a key area for growth. Jung argued that true psychological integration involves accepting all parts of the self, even those that appear contradictory. For type AB individuals who often feel contradiction within themselves, the goal may not be about reconciling opposites, something that tends to come naturally, but rather about discovering a stable, authentic center amid the variety. Over time, many type AB individuals report gaining clarity and a stronger sense of purpose. Jung would describe this as the organic evolution of personality. As your less dominant traits begin to integrate, your desire to build meaningful connections across differences becomes more than just a trait. It becomes part of your deeper psychological architecture. You have a strong desire to heal divisions and create a sense of wholeness. Jung would see this as part of your individuation journey, the process of expressing your unique gifts by uniting what others view as separate. One of the most valuable traits of the type AB pattern is your ability to hold opposing ideas without rushing to resolve them. In a world that often demands simple answers to complex issues, your comfort with uncertainty and subtlety is especially valuable. Jung would remind you that your blood type doesn't define your fate. Instead, it points to archetypal patterns that might feel more natural to you. True individuation means both honoring these tendencies and gaining clearer insight into your core values and identity. From a Jungian perspective, the goal isn't to eliminate all inner contradictions, but to accept them as parts of your whole self. Your type A blood may suggest tendencies toward complexity and integration, but your conscious choices ultimately shape who you become. Type O blood is associated with the primordial warriors of the collective unconscious. What ancient strength runs through the veins of those with this blood type? According to our Jungian framework, if you have type O blood, found in about 45% of people worldwide, you may embody what Jung would call the warrior or hero archetype, one of the most primal and powerful figures among the blood groups. Type O is intriguing both evolutionarily and symbolically. It's considered the original human blood type from which others evolved, a biological link to our earliest ancestors. Jung would have found this primordial quality fascinating because it connects directly to his idea of the collective unconscious, the deep layers of the psyche linking us to our evolutionary past. Jung believed we all carry the imprints of our species' history within us, but for type O individuals, this connection to the ancestral past feels particularly strong. Do you sometimes experience a deep, instinctual certainty when others hesitate? Do you often take action while others are still deciding? This is not impulsiveness, but a clear, archetypal expression of warrior energy. The Japanese Ketui-gata theory describes type O people as confident, resilient, and natural leaders, traits that align well with Jung's concept of the hero archetype. This cross-cultural understanding highlights something fundamental about type O energy that goes beyond specific cultural boundaries. If you're a type O, you likely have a natural ability to make decisions quickly. Jung might describe this as a well-developed judging function. You can size up situations fast and take action without overthinking. This decisiveness isn't rash. It's a valuable skill that helps you respond effectively when immediate action is needed. Your focus on goals, even when facing obstacles, would impress Jung. While others might give up or change direction, you tend to push forward, driven by a strong inner determination that helps you overcome challenges instead of avoiding them. The natural leadership often found in type O individuals connects with what Jung called the archetypal hero, the part of the psyche that faces challenges head-on and motivates others to follow. Your energy tends to be straightforward and assertive, making you a go-to person in difficult situations. Jung would be particularly interested in how type O relates to the physical world. You might feel deeply connected to your body, physical activity, and nature, a grounded awareness that keeps you present in the moment. This connection reflects Jung's idea of linking mind and body. In relationships, type O individuals usually bring clarity and directness. Jung might see this as a healthy balance between thinking and sensing, a clear understanding of what you want and the ability to express it simply. This straightforwardness can be both refreshing and challenging for those around you. The warrior archetype resonates with type O, symbolizing protection, courage, and direct action. You often take on challenges others avoid, confident in your ability to overcome obstacles. However, Jung would also warn that every archetypal strength has its shadow side. For type O, this can show up as stubbornness, resisting necessary changes, or as frustration-driven aggression. Jung believed recognizing these shadow traits is key to achieving psychological balance. Your tendency toward action might be described as an extraversion of the sensing function, a focus on engaging directly with the physical world. This can be a great strength, but also a challenge. When balanced, it leads to effective action and practical results. When out of balance, it may cause impatience and overlook important details. In professional settings, Type O individuals often excel in leadership, crisis management, and maintaining focus under pressure. Jung would see this as the natural expression of your dominant psychological functions. Whether in emergency services, sports, business leadership, or advocacy, your decisiveness and resilience are valuable assets. Your problem-solving style reflects what Jung might call your sensing-thinking axis, quickly evaluating concrete facts before choosing the best response. While some may see this as oversimplifying, it's really an efficient way to act when timing matters. Type O individuals often have an interesting relationship with tradition and innovation. You respect established ways, but aren't afraid to change direction if something isn't working. You might view this as a healthy balance between sticking to proven methods and adapting when needed. Your connection to collective wisdom, combined with a practical view of today's realities, shapes your approach. The idea of just do it often strongly appeals to people like you. You tend to rely on action rather than overthinking, believing that movement brings clarity. Jung might explain this as a natural bond with your body's inner knowledge and comfort with hands-on involvement. For individuals like you, stress often arises when stuck in situations demanding long delays or complicated decision-making. Jung would see this as triggering your less developed, more reactive side of personality, your inferior function. Learning to balance quick action with thoughtful reflection could be a key area for your growth. Jung believed that true psychological balance comes from embracing all parts of yourself, even those that feel unfamiliar or uncomfortable. For you, this might mean becoming more at ease with uncertainty and complexity, while still holding on to your clear, decisive nature. Many like you report gaining patience and subtlety in their thinking as they mature. Jung would interpret this as the natural unfolding of your personality over time, as your weaker functions slowly become integrated and easier to access. Your drive for meaningful challenges is more than just a preference. It's an archetypal expression of your desire to prove yourself and grow through overcoming difficulties. Jung would see this as part of your individuation process, expressing your inner warrior in ways that benefit the larger community. One of your greatest strengths is the ability to energize and motivate others when action is required. In a world often stuck in hesitation and complexity, your skill at cutting through confusion and pushing forward is highly valuable. Jung emphasized that your blood type doesn't define your destiny. Instead, it points to archetypal patterns that feel natural to you. The true journey of individuation involves honoring these tendencies while also developing complementary qualities. It's about finding the balance between action and thought that allows your full humanity to thrive. Remember, from a Jungian perspective, the goal isn't to fit perfectly into a type, but to become your whole, authentic self. Your blood type may hint at a tendency toward decisiveness and action, but your conscious choices shape who you become. Your blood carries not only oxygen to your cells, but possibly the echoes of your deepest nature. What if the path to your true self has been flowing through your veins all along? As Jung reminded us, the most important symbols are often hidden in plain sight. Next time you feel a strong pull towards certain behaviors or patterns, pay attention. It may not just be your conscious mind at work, but the ancient archetypal wisdom encoded in your very blood, guiding you toward the person you were always meant to be. Will you answer its call?